your music live. Your music, your music, your music live. It's your music live. It's your music live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome into Your Music Live, our big 5th anniversary special. Yes, 5 years ago I sat in this very spot and said the words welcome to the very first Your Music Live. And now here we are, gathered again 5 years later, continuing the journey of discovering and sharing amazing independent music. And like we have for at least 3 of those 5 years, we do it thanks to these folks at DistroKid. They really are the supporters of you and your independent music, because if you want to get onto Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon and Tidal and Deezer, all the places, 1 yearly subscription. I've been saying it for a long time, folks. Check out DistroKid. There's a link up there and in the description. Save yourself 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan. Let's say good day to some folks. We don't normally do this on this show, but we're doing things a little different today. Hello to Thomas Christ. G'day Jamie, Lynn. G'day Mark Bro. We've got Papa Courtney. Paws and Guitars. Adorable Anarchy. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, who's been here for all shows. I think you might have missed 1 or 2 in the entire 5-year run. That's our wonderful moderator, Mr. Thomas Christ. Hello, Mark and Dawn Ginese. Hello, D Fresh. Moses J Hawkins is in the house. G'day to Isaiah. Hello to you. Jerry Gomes is here. We've got a little Jerry Gomes track to play for you on the show. Who else did I see? Jim Polson's here. Hello to you, Jim. Ashley HM. The wonderful Scott S.M. Borthwick from all the way across the pond, staying up late for the special show, as is Paul O'Farrell. Thank you for being here as well. And Katherine Mcrist, I know there's a bunch more of you here. I will chat to you. We'll throw your comments on the screen. We'll have a good old time. No featured artist this week. No Play My Fire beat, because you know why? Because we got 48, count them, 48 songs. I opened the floodgates and just I said, pool's open, kids. Grab your floaties, come on in. And that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be celebrating as much of your music as possible, because that was the initial goal, and that's what we're going to continue doing. My voice is a bit down as well, so there won't be as many comments after. You know what I'll do? I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to think of one word to say about every track we play, and then we're going to build a nice word salad out of all of those words. Does that sound like fun? Let's do it. Hello, Counterfeit Self-Band page. Hello to Mr. Frank Terzo, another wonderful supporter of this community. G'day, Tony Howie as well. And the wonderful Jade Star, of whom it was sitting, I think it was when we were one of our catch-ups, Jade, where I was sitting and I'm like, Jade, I got an idea. How about I sit down and I get to be lazy and I just play other people's music and I call that a show? And she's like, Johns, I think you might be onto something. And 5 years later, here we are. Let's play our first track, shall we? This comes to us from Stone Dog, who have got a new album. They say album 3 is out now. It's loud and obnoxious with a number of features on it. This riff started as part of another song, but became clear it was too good to be hid in the shadows. It grew and became an ode to Motorhead, you hear today. Guaranteed crowd pleaser when played live. There you go. Let's give it a spin. Start off the show in style with a little rock and roll, courtesy of Stone Dog. Your Music Live 5-year anniversary. We're on the air.
Coming
definitely has the Motor Ace kind of vibe to it, doesn't it? And Trevor Bear met the touring guitarist for Motorhead. Motorhead. We have a band here in Australia called Motor Ace. That was, of course, more Motorhead. And my one word, meaty. I think meaty sums up the sound and the vibe of that one. Very cool stuff indeed. And yet we even snuck in a little bit of guitar solo, if you can believe it. Yeah, I know. It's a rarity to get any solo action here on Your Music Live. Let us continue straight on with the cool music. This is an artist that joined the community over a year ago. We've played their music on the show several times, and they have one of my favourite artist names, which is XLSX. If you spend as much time in spreadsheets as I have, you know why. This is my first track produced with Studio One, having just made the jump from Cakewalk. I wanted to go for a melancholic 80s kind of vibe. I kept the lyrics a little vague to keep them open to interpretation. It's called Call Her Name, and here it is, XLSX on YML.
Everybody told me I should let this go, and they all say it's okay. What the fuck do they know? Sometimes I swear I see her face fade into a crowd, and I know that nothing I do can save my soul now. She said, if you need me, I'll be waiting on the other side. If you call my name, then I will take you in the night. And I guess that no one sees the dark you found in me, and it's easy to assume when you're not on your knees. This time I swear I can do this and bow out nice and loud, 'cause I know that nothing I do can fix all this now. She said, if you need me, I'll be waiting on.
What a hook. What a great track there, XLSX. Very cool stuff indeed. Dreamy, I reckon, for that one. It's got that kind of swirly, wavery, dreamy. Oh, no, I said only one word. Yeah, very cool stuff there. I know. Wonderful vocals and very well produced. Whatever you're doing in Studio One, you're doing it well. Yeah, round of applause. All round. Very cool indeed there. Oh, we're going to move fast and not break things. We don't do stuff like that around here, but we're going to move fast today and play a lot of music. So we're going to play another artist straight off the bat here. That's Katherine Mcrist, a newer member of this wonderful community. I was going to say menagerie because it gets a bit that way sometimes, but community. She says, I read somewhere that Venus was referred to as Earth's evil twin and immediately thought that was a line that needed to be in a song. I had a slower tempo to begin with, but it evolved through playing in public. Very cool. Let's go give this one a listen. Playing with Fire, Katherine.
Hello.
Mcrist.
So this is a song I wrote a while ago called Playing with Fire, and I'm just giving it another go in a slightly faster tempo.
How good is that? I know everyone's always super impressed with the amazing sounds in Catherine's recordings, and very good. Fierce. You know what, Gordon? I'm going with that. I had a different word, but I think Gordon's word fierce is exactly right. That is an absolutely fierce tune. Just the percussive sound, using the guitar as like a percussion instrument as well as the melodic and the rhythmic instrument. Like it works so well, and very nicely performed there from Katherine Mcrist. Yes, so good indeed. You know who else is so good? Oh, you gotta love the segues. For 5 years we've been doing the segues like this. That would be DistroKid. Yeah, have you heard of them? Have you heard of DistroKid? They are the easiest way to get your music out there to the world. In fact, for one low yearly subscription, you can release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums. Check it out. This is all the music. Look, have I released a little bit less music in the last year? Yeah, but from 2018 right through to 2025, I've been releasing songs, EPs, and albums. And the good news is that all you need to do is subscribe once, and then you can release as much as you want. You no longer have to think, oh, is this one worth... Yes, it is. It's worth releasing because your art, your music deserves to be out there to the world. From as little as $24.99 per year, $44.99 for the Musician Plus plan. That's the one that I use. That's the one that I love. That is the way to get your music out there to the world. Why would you want that plan? You get customized release dates. That's super important because if you want to pitch to playlists or if you want to do a big launch party for your song, well, then you can do it. You can release with DistroKid. So get your music out there to the world. If people are listening to your stuff, they might as well be doing it wherever they find their music. It's like that podcast line. Wherever you find your podcast. Well, guess what? Once you release with DistroKid, people get your music wherever music is streamed, whether they are a Spotify user, whether they rock out to YouTube Music, whether they're on Apple Music, it doesn't matter. You're going to be there, and you can do it with DistroKid. Save 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan using the link up there and down below. DistroKid indeed does rock. They rock hard. Alrighty, let's play us another song, a song from Happy Ron. Happy Ron says, last time I warned men of how if you don't listen to what your woman wants, you may end up crying in your hamburger alone. This is a song about crying in your beer alone because you didn't listen. Oh, when will we learn? When will we learn to listen? This is called Something About Feelings and Me Not Listening. Happy Ron. Your music life.
Hey bartender, that's me again. You can just pour one, she ain't coming in. That ship has sailed. Yeah, I know, like, what the hell. Maybe I was guilty of working too hard, loving too light, cavalier with the heart, and not tuning in. But is that such a sin? Why she ain't sitting at this bar tonight, whispering in my ear neath this neon light. Your guess is as good as mine. Why I'm missing the girl I'm missing. Something about feelings and me not listening. She said it's over this time, whatever that means. They say there's 5 love languages, but they're all Greek to me. I ain't gonna lie. This time I really tried. Why she ain't sitting at this bar tonight, whispering in my ear neath this neon light. Your guess is as good as mine. Why I'm missing the girl I'm missing. Something about feelings and me not listening. Lost in translation is a version of us that talked it all out, came out still in love. Maybe I'm the problem, should I just give up? Forever in me's unheard of. Why she ain't sitting at this bar tonight, whispering in my ear.
The one and only Happy Ron. Yeah, love it. Love the hat. 100% Ron style. What would describe Happy Ron, you reckon? I think unique. because there is literally only one Happy Ron, and he's one of those artists that every time you hit play on a Happy Ron song, you kind of never know what you're going to get, do you? Yeah. Wonder how Happy Ron and Brad Example would sound. Yeah, pretty awesome, I'd say. Pretty gosh darn awesome. It does. It makes you happy. Happy would be a good. Actually, that would be much better, wouldn't it? I'm changing it up. Happy. Then we'll know which artist we're talking about because it'll be Happy Ron. Thank you so much to all those who have donated here to the cause. I've got a little problem here where my auto starring of comments here in StreamYard isn't working. So that you might have seen me digging through to make sure I grabbed everyone who donated. So thank you. We'll do it in reverse order here. Mark Bro, thank you for your dono, Mark Bro, for donating 5 gifted memberships. That's super duper kind of you. And congratulations to those who got free memberships. Thanks to Mark. Thank you also. So many comments here and finding it hard to scroll through. To Tremor Bear for the kind donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you to Frank Turzo. Thank you. And I can't scroll up far enough to find the others, but Thomas Christ, you would have seen there, and also Paul O'Farrell before the show had even started. He was that confident in the quality of the show that he decided to donate before the show even commenced. And look at that. We've got Cole Seth, who's thrown another 5 memberships out there to the community. Yeah, 5 memberships, 5 years seems fitting. Thank you to Mark and thank you to Cole. And if I can put Thomas and Jade on warning, on alert here, if I miss any super chats, can you please yell at me in the chat? Because, yeah, it's showing. Oh, no, they've just started showing up. There you go. I criticize and then it starts working. Okay, so we're good. So if anyone else would like to donate, as we always say, always welcome, never expected. Here's a wonderful story of collaboration within the community. It's Auntie G and Marcus Cannell. So these are both independent artists and they live in different countries, but nearby, both in Europe. And they both started sharing music on this show. And I don't like to say that this show was solely responsible for them coming together, but I think it had a part of it. So they started making music together. Very different styles. She's a country music kind of vocalist. He makes sort of metal, symphonic sounding instrumentals, but somehow you put the two together and it works. So let's play this one. Sometimes we might have the need to shake off the past and start fresh. We've been given a new day, so let's enjoy it. Music by Marcus Cannell, lyrics and melody by Auntie G, all made in GarageBand on the iPad. And PS, in the end of June, we're releasing our first ever album. That is epic. That is so super duper cool. So let's give this one a spin, shall we? It's called Another Day in Paradise. Auntie G, Marcus Cannell.
Till I paid a life.
cool. It's like if ABBA just cranked the distortion a little more and rocked out. Very cool stuff there from Arnie G and Marcus Cannell, bringing it together. Hello to Black Covers, by the way. And I love it when we do these anniversary shows. We do get some folks that maybe haven't been around for a while. So great to see Ingo from Black Covers here as well. G'day to you, Gordon Lee Weaver, and as well to Sal Caruso, Unshackled Spirit, Jaded Soul. Call him whatever you like, just don't call him late for dinner. And thank you to you, Sal, for your kind donation, and also to Patrick Chandler and the Chandler family. My wife and I had a lovely afternoon date yesterday and had some beverages and hung out. We actually saw a band. We were like, oh, there's a band playing upstairs where we were hanging out. And they were like a cover band, bit of funk, bit of rock, bit of soul, played like, the classics that you'd expect, and it was rad. Let's play someone. You know how I said some people have been around the community for, a year, 2 years? Here's someone who has been with us since day one. They've been a patron since I launched Patreon like 6 years ago. They've been around this show for the entire time. Ongoing, wonderful supporter of this community, and just amazing artists that create so much music and so many varied styles. I am, of course, speaking of the one and only Michael, a.k.a. Zland Band. He says, hi, Pete. This one is called Fusion 2, a dance number. Ready to get your dancey dances on? Let's do it. This is Michael. I'd go with Intense, because that one took you in places. It took you on a journey, and it held your hand, it led you there, but it was definitely an intense ride all around. Love the little visualization there too. It reminds me of our screensaver, and I love our screensaver. Sorry, that's for the Simpsons fans, the 4% of you that still like the Simpsons. Yeah, good stuff there from Michael. By the way, Inspirational was the Auntie G and Marcus Cannell track that we played before. That's my word for that one. Someone that we played, last week or the week before, newer to the community as well, is Missionary Larry. He says, God's love truly saves us, and this is called Your Love Saves. A little bit of live performance going on here. Take it away, Missionary Larry.
Close my eyes, your love I see, taking the sin of this world there on that tree. I see a selfless love no other can give, one that will lay down his life so others might live. I see my Savior with arms open wide, waiting to comfort me like a father comforts his child. Your love is perfect in every way. Your love is seasoned and smothered in gray. Your love has mercies new every day. I can't live without your love, Lord. Your love saves. When I close my eyes,
Love the sound of two guitars working together. And yeah, B7, I'm a massive B7 fan. Very nicely done. What's the word for that one? I'm going to go touching, because it was a touching little number. And it was in mono, by the way. If you're checking your speakers, it was only on the left. So just so that you're aware. But yeah, really cool stuff there. And I love the microphone. That's the Samson CO1, I believe, or maybe the Behringer C1, which is basically the same mic. That's the first mic that I used as well. And yes, the other fellow as well. Two guitars together, two acoustic guitars together, always sounds rad. So good stuff there from Missionary Larry. Let us grab our next song. This one comes to us from Cole Seth, who is not only here in the chat, also gave 5 memberships. So thank you, Cole Seth. He says, this track was written earlier last year. It was during a time when I was soon to be a father and feeling the change of my role in life, along with how little we have on this earth, more so about realization of the end. So we've gone from a father with Missionary Larry to a father with Cole Seth. See what I did there? Signs and signals on Your Music Live. That, yeah, love it. Great visuals there on the album artwork. Really good song. Word pipes, because it takes some serious pipes to wail like that, to hit those gritty notes. Maybe gritty is what we need. Yeah, let's go gritty, because we'll keep them all adjectives, so at the end we can just say 48 adjectives in a row. Something for Kate vibe. Yeah, it's definitely got that Paul Dempsey vocal styling there. Tremor Bear, you always surprise me with your wonderful knowledge of music. Something for Kate are an excellent Australian band who I've seen many times and enjoy the work of. Alrighty, let us continuez-vous, s'il vous plaît. So I just went all French there. By the way, thank you to the National Hockey League for delaying the next Stanley Cup game one day. We got an extra day break this time around because they knew YML was happening. So they're playing the game tomorrow. 3-day break. Yeah. I like to think that I have control and that things are good. But it did work out well because I was thinking I'm going to miss game 3. But they instead it's going to be tomorrow in Florida. All right, let's jump over to slaps.com. This is a wonderful little platform put together by DistroKid. It's free. You can use it. And that's what Middle Suburbia does. They say this is a song about a young girl who's trying to put her life back together. Let's give it a spin here. Middle Suburbia and Little Misconception.
Maggie's had a kid, but she don't know what to call him. Maybe if she had been a little less drunk, she wouldn't have gotten in a place all alone, no way home. Back to Mom and Papa, all you got is a shirt on your back, and that's falling off you. Back to where it started once again. Back to when your lover was a friend. Back to a time when you didn't hate, man. Back to this little misconception. I never show. Set to head. Oh, yeah, more. Back to where it started once again. Back to when your lover was a friend. Back to a time when you didn't hate, man. Back to this little misconception.
How good is that? Absolute head-bopping summer vibes there. Maybe that could warm me up a little bit here. And here's the cool thing. You'll see there that here on slaps.com, I can throw fire on the track, save it, share it really easily. And we can even come down here and say, what a bop, spinning it on YML right now. And that goes back to the artist, because that's the whole point of this. Slaps.com is like the epitome of a platform for your music live. Because in between shows, if you ever just want a dose of random awesome indiness, just go to slaps.com. Just scroll through and see what you find, because there's so much cool stuff there. Speaking of cool stuff, oh man, yeah, round of the pause all round. What was that one? I'm just going to go rockin', because I love that woo, like the cool little vocal bits going on in there. Yeah, definitely get those paws and guitars together. Round of the pause. Like that. Good stuff indeed. Hello, Denise. Thanks for dropping on by. I don't have enough CTR. Yeah, so you do have to maintain a CTR, a comment to track ratio. You can see there I comment on plenty. I comment on 11.4 songs for every song that I post there. Very cool stuff indeed. Let us play this one. This is old mate Papa Courtney, who joined. I still remember the first time Papa Courtney submitted a song. They said, I wanted to learn how to record my music, and my kids aren't really helping me learn how to do it, so I'm just having a crack. And it was raw, it was a little rough around the edges, but there was something there. And since then, Papa Courtney's writing amazing songs, recording them really well, really clean recordings. He's got that grit and that gruffness to his voice, and yeah, just a very cool artist. And usually a ciggy hanging out of the mouth, like that. Let's give this one a spin. Blink of an eye.
Life doesn't care if you think it's unfair. It just keeps rolling on, whether you're here or you're gone. Hang on tight, it's a hell of a ride. shakes you up down side to side. Try and learn to let things go. Take some chances and watch them grow. Appreciate all the smaller things. Learn the lessons that life will bring. 'Cause it's just a blink of an eye before you know it's your turn to die. Live for today and let it fade away. Don't look back, you're not meant to stay. Turn around and just walk the other way. Try not to get so mad, it'll just make you sad. And if you feel like you wanna cry, don't whisper things that you can't take back.
Papa Courtney, blink of an eye. Wonderful stuff there. Yeah, just really, really cool, really just down to earth and honest songwriting. Honest is what I'm going to put there. Like, there's something about Papa Courtney that you just feel it's coming from the soul. It's coming right from the heart. And, yeah, very cool stuff there. Good night to Katherine Mcrist. Yes, I know it is 1 a.m. for you. I tried to put our UK and our European artists towards the top, and then Paul O'Farrell's sitting there going, yeah, no, you didn't. Sorry, Paul, you came in a bit late, and you're a cover, so you go in the cover section. But thank you to Katherine for hanging out here. I hope you can catch the rest of the show on the replay tomorrow. Alrighty, sleep well. And we're going to continue on here with David Cartrette. And David says, hi Pete, always enjoy your show whether it's live or on repeat. I believe this is my first song submitted to your show. This is Runaway, written solely by me and recorded in Studio One. Thanks for any consideration of playing my music. And it's weird because there are some artists like David Cartrette. I'm sure I've heard you on Thomas's show or maybe on Metalhead Hippie back in the day. Your name is very familiar and your music familiar too. So if it's your first time here, that is quite strange, but good to have you here. And as soon as my spreadsheet lets me copy and paste the right track, we'll be able to play it. All right, let's give this one a spin, shall we? Here on Your Music Live.
Life without your love, it haunts me every day. I wait for love to come, but you just run away. And now I can't take this, the hell that we go through. It's like the love we had before there was a me and you. Every time you wanna love, you walk on out the door. Every time you want more, you walk on out the door. Every time you wanna love, you walk on out the door. Every time I want love, you run away the more. I never meant to hurt you, did not mean to deceive.
Absolutely. Powerful. There you go. I was going to go passionate, but I think that Thomas has got the right word for it. It is powerful. It is what it sounds like when you're singing at your edge at 100%. It's funny. I was doing a show with my wife yesterday, the happy hour show. So Georgie was on the show with me and we were warming up and singing. And she sang the first couple of songs and she's like, oh, I don't think I'm singing that well. And I'm like, yeah, I reckon you're just warming up to it. And I said, I reckon you just need to let go and ham it up and just like go for it, attack the words. And then as soon as she did that, sounded fabulous. If you were on the show yesterday, you'd probably agree that she sounded amazing. And yeah, sometimes it is just about, sometimes you feel like you sing 100%, but you realize you're at 80, and that's where, you know, some of the flatness can come into your notes and people won't feel and hear the passion being delivered in the track. So yeah, singing with your guts, absolutely, bringing the diaphragm into it. Hello DJ Big Red, good to see you, my friend, and thank you. Hopefully it's not the last time that we have David here on the show, so thank you for being a part of it. All right, let us grab our next track. This comes to us from Regional, who's been sharing music here on the show for probably close to a year now. They say the purpose of my track Candyland is to remind people that just because you are grown up doesn't mean you can't have any fun. There's always a part of you filled with creativity and imagination. Taint that to truth. Let's give it a spin. Regional and Candyland here on Your Music Live. Sugar Rush in a tune. Absolutely. Sugary. Let's go with that. I was going to say boppy, but I think sugary is definitely how I'd describe that track. My goodness, I'm not much of a sweet tooth. I'm more of a savory tooth. So, yeah, looking at all that sweetness, just kind of, yeah, I'm not a big candy guy. Oh, yeah, was there a Whitman sampler? I do call this show the Whitman sampler of music shows because we just play a little bit of each song. By the way, I didn't really explain what was going on here. I figured anyone tuning into a 5th anniversary show kind of knows what it's all about, but just in case it's your first show or you haven't been around here for long, this is Your Music Live. We play your music and we do it live. It's not just a clever name. We usually go for about 2 hours. I reckon we'll be touching 3 today, just quietly. And we play 1 to 2 minutes of each song. So you get a little taste, but then, you know what they say, first taste is free. And then you've got to go down to the description of this video and you can check out all the links to all the songs we play. And while you're there, if you give a tickle, not to a dickle, if you give a tickle to the thumbs up button, that really does help out. It helps tell the robots to tell the others to come here. I do be a bit crazy. Sometimes. Let's jump over to the cloud of sounds. We got any thirsty camels or any lotto cats here this week? Let's see if it's going to try and play an ad. Never works when it plays an ad. This is Cannibal Ren. I made a new OC, so he gets a song. I'm assuming that means original character. I'm not smart. I'm not what you would call a smart man. Let's give it a spin, shall we? Cannibal Ren! Cool and hyperactive for sure. Multiple scale tones, yeah. Bringing it there. Very cool stuff from our friend Cannibal Ren. It is cool. I don't know the world that you create there, but I know it's, into the video games and you create music with these cool platforms. And you, Ryu was in Street Fighter. Was he the guy that did Hadouken? That thing with the fireball? He was my favorite. It was a bit mental. I said chirpy. That's the word I put in there. Chirpy. There you go. So Cannibal Ren's the artist who uses that cool like web-based platform where you put in all the different parameters and it kind of creates a song for you. It's pretty cool. By the way, if I disappear off screen occasionally, it's to blow my nose, have a cough, grab a lozenge, all stuff you don't need to see. So you don't need to have those visuals. So if you're wondering why I'm off camera a little more tonight than usual, that is why. Because I'm protecting you from my goo. They now just made it grosser and weirder. Ufcebaba is a wonderful, wonderful person. Donated twice yesterday on the Happy Hour show. That's commitment. That's a wonderful person. Said, with the visuals of my baby girl, Masal Su, meaning in English fairy tales and water, it was her lullaby song. This song is very special for us, and this YML is special also. There is also the translation of lyrics and a short story in the description. Very cool stuff. You know what? We're playing the whole thing. I'm just making random calls here today. It's 2 minutes 54. We normally play around 2 minutes of a song. We're going to play the whole gosh darn thing because Ufcebaba is just that kind of person that they deserve it. Let's give it a spin.
Masallar ve hayaller ülkesi bekler. Hanım eli kokusu, bahar ılıklığı ve özlemler, sevgiler. Pastadan evler, pofuduk ilgiler, sevgili sizi beklerler. Sevgiler, yağmurda sayısızca melekler, hem de hepsi gerçekler. Sevgiler, ama bendeki hayaller sadece ve sadece sizdeler. Sevgiler, ama baksana ya ne tatlı pastadan evler. Bu kocaman çocuktan yumuş sevgiler. Ama bendeki hayaller sevgili sizi beklerler. Sevgiler. Baksana ya ne tatlı pastadan evler. Bu kocaman çocuktan yumuş sevgiler. Ama bendeki hayaller sevgili sizi beklerler. Sevgiler.
I mean, come on. Right? How can you not just love everything about that? One word, beautiful, because it was getting me a little bit teary, gotta admit, because those of us that have kids, man, they grow up so fast, don't Amazing stuff. Thank you for sharing that one. And thank you for being such a wonderful supporter of me and this community. Because, yeah, not only is obviously sort of sharing amazing music, but yeah, by donating to the channel, you're helping me feed my children too. So there you go. You can feel warm and fuzzy about all that as well. Matteo Napolitano is up next. Matteo says, "Hi everyone, this is what happens when 80s synth pop meets instrumental rock and metal. All the kudos here goes to my friend and bandmate Scott Husler, who composed, arranged and produced. I just added guitar melodies and solos. He kindly allowed me to release this under my name. Enjoy." If you know Matteo Napolitano, you know, not only is it a fun name to say, but it's great music to listen to. Let's listen to this one now. Cool is that? Yep, awesome guitar. Just bringing that synth pop sound and the guitar over the top. I'm going to say retrotastic. Yeah, I'm starting to make up words now. It was only a matter of time before we got there. Very good stuff. Thank you for sharing that one, Matteo Napolitano. Next up, we have Leoak, who says, "Sometimes when I want to move away from reality, I plunge into dreams." This is called Back to Dreams here on Your Music Live, 5th anniversary. Layers, or layered is what I'll say about that one. Yeah, very, very dreamy. Oh, you know what? I'm going with dreamy. Have we? No, we've had dreamy already. All right, it's layered. If you're wondering why I'm using less words today, it's because you can hear by my voice that I've probably got just enough juice left in the old voice to get through this show and not much else. I was at I mentioned before I went out with my wife yesterday. Even though I'm a bit sick, I'm not missing out on date afternoon. I'm sorry, I'm prioritising here. So we went out and had a beverage or two, and we saw a band, and I was starting to sing along, and she looks at me and she's like, "What are you doing, you bloody idiot?" In the nicest possible way. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I should probably not be singing at the top of my lungs to a band," but they were playing easy, and you have to do the right? Yeah. Okay, Clayton von Kluj, step right up, my friend. Hi, Pete. Hope you and yours are well. Wishing you all the best. This is one of those songs I had laying dormant for a while, and I would revisit and add stuff from time to time. Originally made in GarageBand, I put it in Cubasis and finished it there. Thanks for all you do for the community, man. Respect. Well, respect to you. Is Clayton here? We've got this running joke. Clayton's always here, except when we're playing one of his songs on the show. So, Clayton, wherever you are, this one goes out to you, buddy. Let's give it a spin, shall we? It's called Infinite Space Time Immemorial. How smooth is that? Clayton von Kluj. If you're out there, Clayton, I'm picturing Clayton just sitting there, and he's been watching and grooving to the show, and he's like dozed off, and he wakes up, he's like, "Oh man, did I miss me?" Hello, Countess Velastra. Thanks for being here as well. What was that? Someone said it what was the word? Vibey? Yeah, vibey. Definitely vibey that we're going with for that one, because it had all the vibes. And thank you, Mike and Dawn Ginese. Well, thank you for your generosity over the years. And yes, the 5th anniversary of this show, it is legitimately my pleasure to be able to do this. It is a pleasure and an honor, and just being able to share it. Like, who didn't? I mean, maybe not everyone, but who didn't want to be like a radio DJ? Like, did anyone else make little mixtapes where you'd be introducing songs, and here it is, Crowded House with Better Be Home Soon? Yeah, and now I get to do that for a job. It's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? But in a good way. Pronounced Velthra. Okay, cool, Velthra. You'll only have to remind me of that 7 more times. I'm notoriously bad with the pronunciations, but I try. I learnt that in customer service. People with names that are hard to pronounce know that their names are hard to pronounce, so just give it a go. It's nothing they haven't heard before, and most of the time people would rather you try than just go, oh, your name's too hard to pronounce. Just give it a go. Have a crack, as we'd say here in Australia. Interesting story around this next track. This is from a band by the name of Deadwood Valley, who we've featured on the show before. They create some amazing music, and they're also super rad people because they sent me a t-shirt. And if anyone ever wants to send me a t-shirt, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm not above receiving gifts, and as you can see, I wear t-shirts all the time, and their Deadwood Valley t-shirt is among my rotation. You would have seen me wearing it on this very show and on other shows here on Studio Live today. And I'll have a quick cough. I could feel that coming. And I nearly didn't make it to the mute. In fact, I don't think I made it to the mute for the first cough. And I was on, so they sent me a t-shirt, and I was on holidays in Sydney recently, and I was actually wearing the t-shirt. So I says to AI, I says, hey, here's a photo of me and the family on a boat. Can you turn it into like a cool cartoon style? And they did. And look at that. Isn't that rad? That's me and the fam. And I don't know why we're in the water, but that's AI. I kind of love the quirkiness of AI. And it recreated the Deadwood Valley t-shirt quite well there, as well as my beer gut. So I thought, hey, that's super duper cool. So literally the day after I created that image, I get an email from Deadwood Valley saying, hey, Pete, we got a new song and we'd like you to play it. And I'm like, you wouldn't believe this, but I just created this image with AI that I think looks cool, and I sent it to him, and yeah. So anyway, coincidence that within 24 hours those two things happen. This is the band we haven't heard from in a year on the show. Yeah, awesome stuff. Before I run out of voice, let's play this next one. This is called Home from Deadwood Valley. I think you're going to really dig this one. Let's give it a spin.
There's a neon sign flashing all the time, a place I call my own, with cheap decor and a bloodstained floor, and I don't want to go. Bishops in the corner, never ever sober, drinking his life away. Colby's at the jukebox dishing out quarters, waiting for a song to play. Colonel John Tucker was one tough fucker, a decorated Vietnam vet. Now he sleeps alone in a motorhome with memories he can't forget. You pay with your lies, you pay with your soul, pay with your life the dice you roll. Heaven help you, that's the hand you hold. You pay with your pride, you pay with your debt, remorse, the pain, regret. Oh, I don't want to go. Serves like a piston pumping on the system, passing out STDs. Cooper's in the kitchen, sweating and a bitching, paying with a GED. Saints and sinners, losers and winners, familiar faces unknown. A troubadour of tavern, I've seen all the patterns, and I don't want to go home. You pay with your lies, you pay with your soul, pay with your life the dice you roll.
How cool is that? Yeah, absolutely awesome stuff there from Deadwood Valley. Yeah, great production, great video, really fun. Oh yeah, language warning on that one. I always give the language warnings after I've played the song. It's the way we roll around here. But really good stuff there. Home from Deadwood Valley. Go check them out. And if you wanted one more reason to love Deadwood Valley, they're Canadian. So win, win, win all around. Very cool stuff there. Let's jump from Canada to Germany. And we promised it last week from PA. We promised you the updated remixed version of Alpha Tower, influenced by her daughter IPEC. It's very much a daughter-driven show here this week, because till now it's her favourite song of mine. There you go. Play music to your kids, folks. My kids can attest to the fact that we play a lot of music to them, and definitely did play a lot of music to them early on, and I think it helps. It makes them like music. Let's give this a spin, shall we? This is the remix of Alpha Tower. P.A. Pronounce it alternative, baby.
If you would know what I'm carrying on my shoulders, always a lonely child that nobody tried to understand. Nearly dead but survived, look here I am now. Life teach me lessons alive, made me cry my eyes out. I dance between my own death while I give birth to. Look and never look back, never judge, just look above. Still sitting calm in the place I always dreamed of, in front of the fireplace. With the whiskey on the rocks, looking down to the Zorro, the narrow I kicked off. This is my Alpha Tower, this is my main strength. You have the ball to come in. Throw me out of my own throne. I'm not the better, I'm not the gamma. Throw me out of my own throne. Then throw me out of my own throne. I'm not the better, I'm not the gamma. I'm the alpha in my Alpha Tower. I'm not the better, I'm not the gamma. I'm the alpha in my Alpha Tower. Nearly dead but survived, look here I am now. I'm not the better, I'm not the gamma. I'm the alpha in my Alpha Tower. I'm the alpha in my Alpha Tower. Nearly dead but survived, look here I am now. I'm not the better, I'm not the gamma. I'm the alpha in my Alpha Tower.
The one and only P.A. bringing it. Yes, always amazing stuff there from P.A. Love the remix on that one. And by the way, the last two words, because I keep using too many words, was for Deadwood Valley was kick-ass, and for PA was badass, because she absolutely is. She just takes no prisoners and just gives it her all. Hello, Jenny Jolivet. Sorry, you're like, that's quite all right, Jenny. Jenny and Ron, of course, from Wolfstone Studio. And thank you, Jenny, for your donation yesterday. Last minute on the show, just snuck it in, so thank you so much. And huge thank you to David Cartrette for your kind donation over there on PayPal. So I have to remember to keep an eye on the PayPal as well as on the show here. So thank you all for being so kind. And your donations really do help, honestly. So again, no guilt trips here. No like, oh, I'm just going to ask you for donations. Hold the hat out for the whole show. But yeah, those of you that choose to put in the hat, I appreciate you big time. And I think, was it Mike and Dawn asking about busking earlier? Yeah, I've still got to get out there, don't I? Still got to get out there and do it. Yeah, I'd love to say I promise. I won't say I'll try, but I'll try to try. How about that? Let's grab this one. Here's a treat for you. You know our friend Adorable Anarchy? Well, she does some amazing cover songs, right? She plays really good covers. She uses her harp. She uses her guitar in cool tunings. She uses her heart too. Oh, harp and heart. But she's got an original song. Yeah, here she says, here's my first original so far called Backseat. It's a cute little pop song about finding a summer romance in the backseat of a taxi. Ooh, thanks, Pete, for the inspiration to post it. It was recorded, mixed on BandLab Online. I wrote lyrics and did all the instruments and singing. Recommend start at 27 seconds unless you want to hear all of it. That's okay too. All right, we'll fire it up to 27 seconds. We'll bring it in here. Look, it's trying to play me an ad. Well, that ain't going to work now, is it? The ads never work. That was an ad for one of our local football teams. The bad one, the Port Adelaide Power. Anyway, let's take a listen to this, shall we? This is Adorable Anarchy.
Yeah, it's never harder than when you're in the back seat, when we're in the back seat, cruising down a smooth street, kissing to the back beat. Smooth street, grooving to the back beat. a smooth street, grooving to the backbeat. Boy, you feel the nets overheat. Yeah, it's never harder than when you're in the back seat. When we're in the back seat, cruising down a smooth street, kissing to the backbeat. Yeah. Summer heat, we could be playing in the back seat, riding down a smooth street, grooving to the backbeat. Summer heat, playing in the back seat, riding down a smooth street, grooving to the backbeat. Boy, you feel the nets overheat. It's never harder.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, absolutely. For a first song, yeah, very, very cool stuff. I've said it's pop-tastic. I'm running out of words to describe things, but very cool stuff there from Adorable Anarchy. And funnily enough, so Adorable Anarchy plays around with AI a bit, which, you know what, I've done some AI stuff, and some of us have used AI drummers and AI singers and AI other things. And yet it's the original stuff like that I think really shines, and her doing her really unique takes on other songs that is really cool. So very, very nice stuff, good to hear. And yeah, keep on keeping on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. G'day to you, Sheamus O Music. We've got a little Sheamus. I put you in the second half, Sheamus, because I'm like, it's early. It's a public holiday here in Australia, here in all over Australia. See if you can guess. Australians don't spoil it, but you know Australia, we're weird, right? Why do you think today is a public holiday? Just put it out there. Let us know in the chat. While you try and work it out, you could look it up. Don't Google it. Don't cheat. I see you typing. Stop cheating. Why do you think Australia would have a public holiday today? I'll tell you afterwards. This is Harriet B, another artist who has joined us in the last year and sharing great music. This is a song for peace. I recorded it on my iPhone from my living room to yours. So sorry, sincere apologies for any street noises. Hey, that just makes it more interesting, I say. This is I Asked the Moon and Stars. Harriet B, Your Music Live.
Why can't we stop these wars? Why can't we stop the hate? While children suffer in the wars that we create, it seems that people have no answers, countries have no choice but to kill and maim and starve those kids who haven't got a voice. So I asked the moon and stars to reflect from up above. From their place among the heavens to shine a bit more love. They gazed upon the earth, and though it needed much more light, they said they couldn't help, then retreated to the night. So I asked the mighty ocean if it could turn the tide. It said it couldn't deal with racial hate or genocide. It's much too busy making waves, getting ships safely to shore, to deal with famine, death, casualties of war. Life is a gift to us, dear friends. Let's live in peace before it ends. The earth was scorched by fire, burned children in the night. So I asked the air to blow out fires with its might to sweep love through the cities till people.
I mean, very cool. Yeah, definitely true folk music there. Moving, I think I saw Scott say, and I would agree with that. Other Scott Borthwick, SM Borthwick. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, just that real sound from Harriet there was very, very cool indeed. I grabbed all of those words and I asked ChatGPT to write a poem about the first half of the show, and it's just not good. I'm not going to read it out. It's quite embarrassingly bad. But hey, we could tweak it. I think we could write something cool. We'll wait till the end of the show. Hello, Audible Video. Good to see you here. Alrighty. Well, look, no featured artist this week. No Play My Fire beat. So we're going to dive straight on in under the covers. Yeah, we still got cover songs for you. And we've got something special. We've got a special cover to kick things off here. I'm going to read the description. In fact, I'm going to have a drink because I'm running out of voice. Let me read this description to you, and then we'll play this song, and I'll have a wee break, both literal and figuratively. Rasputin by Boney M, 2025 mix. Hi, Pete, and a very big congratulations on 5 years of YML. A massive achievement serving our community and helping to promote so many indie musicians in that time span. In 2012, I somehow came across this very strange yet catchy disco tune from the 70s about infamous Tsar era Russian figure Rasputin, and instantly was inspired to do an industrial metal cover of it. So I did. I felt after all these years and learning so much more about production that the mixing could use some refinement and updating. So I did a brand new mix for 2025, and now you all get to hear the result. I've performed this a few times on my live Saturday shows, but this is the first time being released to the public in any way, I believe. So this is kind of a premiere. Enjoy. Many thanks, Pete, and thank you to DistroKid and all who supported Pete in any way that have helped to keep this show going over the years. Much love and never stop rocking. Not surprisingly, those wonderful words of wisdom came from none other than our wonderful moderator, this guy, Thomas Christ. So, without further ado, Rasputin.
So long ago, he was big and strong, in his eyes a flaming glow. But people looked at him with terror and with fear. But to Moscow chicks, he was such a lovely dear. He could preach
Love it so much. Yeah, how many people did know? Any Boney M fans out there? For some reason, my parents had a Boney M LP, a vinyl, as the kids would say these days, of Boney M. And yeah, Ma Baker was the track that I remember. They had a bunch of hit songs, and here in Australia they were quite popular. The whole disco movement was quite popular. We loved ABBA over here. And yeah, you might have heard "They're Gone Daddy Cool." You've probably heard that song as well. And probably the most famous song was "By the Rivers of Babylon." So yeah, if you don't think you know Boney M, you probably know Boney M. But Rasputin was probably sort of in there, probably their third or fourth most popular single. Very cool stuff indeed. There, yeah, ABBA were gold, weren't they? And they've come back as like holograms or something now. Something like that. Very cool stuff. Thank you, Thomas, for sharing that one. Let's continue on while Pete still has a voice. Yeah, it's a race against time for me to be able to continue speaking. Next up, we have Gayatri Gakwad Galani. Yeah, we're going all around the globe on this week's show. Ram Krishna Hari is a popular Maharathi abang that expresses deep devotion and affection for Lord Vithal, also known as Vithoba, and presiding deity of Pradapur. The title translates to "The God of Pradapur is extremely loving." Love it. Let's give it a spin.
पंढरीचा देव बहुत कोवळा, पंढरीचा देव बहुत कोवळा, सगुण सावळा सारथी हा, पंढरीचा देव बहुत कोवळा, सगुण सावळा, सगुण सावळा, सगुण सावळा सारथी हा, पंढरीचा देव बहुत कोवळा, सगुण सावळा सारथी हा.
Very nicely done. How good is that? And I love the fact that over the 5 years of Your Music Live, we've been able to share a whole lot of great and diverse music. You don't hear that on other shows. On those Fire or Nah shows where people host and they're like, "Oh, what's is this song fire? Nah, this song is not fire. This is not dope." And it's like, come on, why aren't we just celebrating all music? I don't know. And people are like, "Yeah, shut up, you hippie." I'm like, "Yep, you got it." Correct. Gravity was Doug's word. I like that word, gravity. Absolutely. Let's continue. This is someone we haven't heard from for a while, but always creating amazing cover songs, and this one's no exception. They say, "Hey Pete, it's been a while. It's been a while." Mike and Dawn were so kind to notice me that your 5th anniversary is on Sunday. Although I paused my Black Covers project, you and all my YouTube family are still in my heart. So I'd love to be a small part of this. All the best to see you on Sunday. Cheers from Ingo of Black Covers. And I know it's probably very late for Ingo, so if you're not here right now live, that's absolutely understandable. But hopefully you can catch up on the replay. I've always wanted to be on a Black Cover. So if you ever bring the project back, Ingo, I'd like you to consider me for it. I'd love to be just a vocalist on a Black Covers because Ingo does amazing backing tracks and it would be an absolute honour. Let's play this one. This is Separate Ways from Journey, an orchestral cover by Black Covers featuring Guitar 86. Let's give it a spin.
troubled times, caught between confusion and pain, pain. Distant eyes, promises we made were
The sort of track that you don't want to turn down, but we got 48 of them on the show today, so I have to. But here's the good news, folks. If you're newer to this show or this community and you're like, oh, I'd never heard of this Black Covers. Who's this Ingo chap? What's he get up to? Well, you've got yourself some work to do, because you get to go back through the back catalogue. Check this sort of stuff out. Drive by the Cars, Bittersweet Symphony, Fame. There's just so many great tunes, and Ingo's worked with some of the coolest vocalists around the community. So go and check out Black Covers. You will get lost for a good couple of hours just checking it out. And Ingo's orchestral backing tracks that he does for these are just next level cool. So what's my word for that? Next level, is that correct? There you go. That's going to be our describing word for that Black Covers track. Now, Paul O'Farrell has been giving me some work to do over the last couple of days. He's submitting songs late, and then he's emailing me, asking me to swap out SoundCloud links for YouTube links, but it all came together here. So Paul O'Farrell, Wobbly Ashtray Records, they say a cover of the classic 1973 track from Celtic prog rockers Horselips. Yet to be mastered, the song is about the mythic hero Cuchulainn, a berserker warrior whose skin would turn bright red when his battle warp came onto him. Derg is Irish for red. Derg Doom equals red death. And it's Darrig Doom. See, I'm also getting an Irish pronunciation lesson from Paul when we do these, which I'm always happy. By the way, I'm never offended. If you put phonetic spelling in your submissions, not offended, very happy, because as we've discussed, I don't do great with pronunciation. Let's take a listen to this one, shall we? Very cool. We even get a little acoustic solo there. Unique is what I'll say about that. Yeah, definitely unique instrumentation and arrangement. Definitely feel the Celtic vibes going through there. Now, it is Celtic, isn't it? It's not Celtic. It's I get confused because of the Boston Celtics, but it's definitely a hard K in Celtic, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I can learn. I can learn. Yeah, nicely mixed, nicely done there from Paul O'Farrell. Thank you for sharing that one. We've got one more cover song here under the covers. But before that, yeah, I forgot to circle back around here. You've probably looked it up now if you cared anyway, but we had guesses of why it's a public holiday today. Australia Day is a good guess. Kangaroo Day, perhaps. Foster's Beer Day, maybe. National Cricket Day. We don't have a public holiday for the cricket. We do for a horse race, if you can believe it, right? It's Pete John's Day. There you go. It's absolutely Pete John's Day here in Oz. The llama sneezed on him when he came to Oz. That was his welcome to country. So it is the King's birthday. Yes, that's right. The King's birthday. That's why we get a public holiday today, because Australia is a monarchy. Mark, does Canada get the King's birthday, or what used to be the Queen's birthday, as a public holiday? Yeah, look, I'll take it. It's about the only benefit we get as Australians of being here. And the cool thing is, like having a public holiday for the King's birthday, I go out to get a drink there in the break, and my wife and daughter are sitting on the couch. They're like, we're watching the Tony Awards. And I'm like, oh, how cool is that? My little theatre kid, energy kid, and her mum, who also likes the theatre, and they're watching the Tony Awards together. Yes, it is the King's birthday. So we have the King's birthday, and we have the horse race. Two of the reasons. Then we have Australia Day and Labor Day and all the usual ones, but if you can believe it. Yeah, Celtic, isn't it? Celtic. It's, as usual, the Bostonians got it wrong with Celtic. Although is Celtic something else? I don't know. And exactly, holiday, celebrate, I say. It's good to be the king, I know. Oh, mate, it was so weird watching the inauguration. What do they call it? The execution? No, that's the wrong one. The bit where they make the king, and just how disconnected. He's sitting on this big throne made of the skulls of his enemies and holding these like golden scepter and wearing a crown of jewels. And it's like, you guys have no connection to the real world. Anyway, we're not here to discuss the monarchy and Republican debates, but yeah, we might need them. Canada might be like, maybe we'll stick with the monarchy for now. Maybe we need all the allies we can get, considering our friends down south at the moment. This is Hyo Lloyd, who says, this is my cover of Radiohead's How to Disappear Completely. One of my favourite songs. Hope you enjoy. I do enjoy. I love it. I love Radiohead. And this is a deep cut, but as he says, a very, very cool tune. Let's give it a spin.
That's on me. I go where I please. I walk the wall. Flow down the levee. I'm not here. This isn't happening. I'm not here. I'm not here.
How good is that? I mean, Radiohead, 6/8 time, beautiful reverb and great acoustic sound and vocals. Is there much more you need in a production? I think not. Very cool stuff there. And yeah, someone was saying the shimmery, it might even be the shimmer reverb that's on there. It definitely has that real kind of deep sound. I've said spacey. That's the word that I've used for that. Yeah, super lush guitar sound on that one. Absolutely. Really, really well produced. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you. Hyo Lloyd there. That is our covers. But guess what, folks? We're an hour 40 in, and you might be thinking, oh, it must be coming towards the end of the show. No, we're just over halfway. We got 22 songs to go here. So I'm not going to rabbit on. I'm going to dive straight into them because there's been some folks who have been waiting around patiently for more than 100 minutes now. And they're like, my song must come soon, Johns. And I'm like, it shall. We will get through it. My voice will make it. A few off-camera coughs and sneezes. Doug Kidder. This was a joint effort in production and is based off Dark Leela's Earth Control, with the story based on Ron Ward's Strange Machine remix. However, Cosmos Surfer is my contribution, starting at 140 in continuing saga of Earth Control 2. If you'd be so kind to cue it up there, much appreciated, and thank you, Pete. Well, thank you, Doug, and thank you for your kind message overnight. I woke up to that this morning, and it made me feel warm in the cockles. So let's cue this one up. Let's give this one a spin. This is old mate Doug Kidder on Your Music Live.
We are those children known as EC Alpha 1314.
Orbit terminated. Course plotted.
Is that Doug Kidder? Brilliant stuff indeed. And yeah, whammy. That's what I'm going to put as the word for that one, because the use of that whammy bar was so good it should be illegal. Absolutely fantastic guitars on that one. And yeah, there's a video by Ron. Yeah, it's really cool. Ron is a trippy dude, and he makes some interesting stuff. To say the least. Very cool stuff there from Doug Kidder. Let's go to our next track. This is Mike and Dawn Ginese. If I say it every way, every time, one of them's got to be right. Congrats, Pete, on 5 years of encouragement to all levels of musicianship to create, record, and release. This is the first song I submitted in May of 2021. Mrs. Abuela. I completed it with the help of your GarageBand tutorial. We appreciate you. It's about 1 minute. I remember this vividly because, yeah, was it either for a teacher or for a teacher to play? It was like their theme song, Mrs. Abuela, for a teacher that used this song. I remember this, and I remember your dentist one. Like, the dentist is your friend. That's not how it went at all, but you know the one. Yes, I vividly remember getting this one. I'm like, who are these folks? This is cool. Mike and Dawn. All right, let's play it. So yeah, if you missed that at the time, you're about to hear it now. So this is Mrs. Abuela, Mike and Dawn.
Let's start our day and listen and learn with Mrs. Abuela. Let's gather round and learn all we can with Mrs. Abuela. Mrs. Abuela. Mrs. Abuela. Let's go. Discover the world with Mrs. Abuela. Listen and learn and learn.
I like that it's listen and learn. And I'm wondering if by the end of a class, like where the kids are just running amok for the whole time, she's like, listen and learn, listen and learn. It becomes like a metal track by the end of it. It's like, listen and learn. Very cool stuff. Tango, yeah, a little tango sound in there. I'm going with adorable. Oh, that's my explanation of that one. Hey, thank you, Denise. Much appreciated. Did you just change up your icon there? Your profile pic looks rad. Good to have you as part of the community, and thank you. Thank you so much for your kind donation. You folks are too kind. I'll go as far as to say you are too kind. You should reduce your level of kindness. It is way above quota. You will listen and you will learn. Exactly, it would be great. And you could do that thing like you could just change it up. Mrs. Smithson, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Anderson. I was looking back, by the way, I'm not going to play on previous sort of retro shows. I've played the clips from the very first show. But if you search Your Music Live 1 in your YouTube search engine, or if you use the link I'm going to post right here, you'll actually be able to go and check out the very first Your Music Live. In fact, it's a highlights package of the first Your Music Live with a younger and less grey Johns. Sorry, trying to do all my coughing off mic, or at least while the songs are playing, but it's not always working. I'm at that part. If you know a cold, you have that day one where, the throat's a little sore and you got a little sniffle. I hope I'm not getting I've fully got a cold. And then your nose drips for about a day, and then everything kind of consolidates, and then you start feeling okay, but you're still like kind of clogged up, and then you get the residual cough. So I'm over the hump and I'm at the end, but the residual cough is no doubt going to hang around for a wee bit. And speaking of folks who were on the very first show, it was this guy. Scott Borthwick was on YML 1, which is pretty rad. So it has one of the honours of being on the very first show. But yes, I appreciate. Thanks for hanging out with us, Scott. I know it was a great effort for any of our UK and European friends to be able to make it through. All our friends in Ireland and Scotland and the UK and all throughout Europe. I know it's a pretty poor time for you. And to our friends in Asia that are just waking up, like Ronnie Ward, yeah, I know it's not a great time for you. So I apologise. But there was a time when I did this at different times as well. I used to do it at night time for me. For a while there, I did it at 5:30 a.m, if you can believe it, just to make sure I could serve the folks in other parts of the world. And then I realised that I was burning myself out, and you didn't want a Johns that couldn't keep doing it. Let us play another song. This is Ziki, and they say, another song I released recently, part of my upcoming album, Gravithoria, produced in FL, good old Fruity Loops, with my guitar and voice. It's about waking up in a world where you're the only one, you're the only one that you can look up to. I like it. It's called Heroes. This is Ziki here on the Cloud of Sounds, except an ad wants to play. But we know what happens there. Ads don't play when ads want to play. So let's play now.
All my heroes are finally dead. It's just me on this planet with no place to lay my head. No role models, nobody's there. To be free, you must suffer, you must grow up out of pain. Yeah, Pain is the safest corner that I always went to hide. And now I'm numb to it, so it's slow suicide. I went to live a little death to the soul inside. It kept me under in the world that lives for the sky high. Really wonder why these people can't decide. We spin in circles, only changes to rewind. Always forward, never look at who's behind. Now do you mind? My spirit's crushed and my mind's been crucified by all the saints that were always really kind. Yeah, it's okay to be lost and terrified. It's alright. Lack of mercy, you can face this. You will come out stronger than you were. Your mind is racing, feeling that you've lost the good you had. I know you hate it, so used to taking. They say we're changing like they did. Don't you trip about the things you're not in your control. Slow and steady, better than not anything at all. Remember, only one soul will lift you when you fall. The same one that listens to the thoughts that make you grow up. And why is this so not enough? And why feel guilty when you think this life is really tough? I swear it kills me that I'm not close to higher self. And it kills me more, I actually might need some help. My heroes are finally dead. It's just me on this planet with no place to lay my head. No role models, nobody's there to be free.
Very cool jam indeed there from Ziki and Heroes here on Your Music Live. Flowy is what I'll call that. Not a real word, but hey, we're running out. But very cool flow, very nicely done, and reminds me of Overgoat. So another artist that we've played here on the show with a very cool name and creates cool beats and cool flows is Overgoat. So yeah, it's definitely in the wheelhouse. There's a band, a group, performers, artists, creators, the Hilltop Hoods out of Adelaide, and yeah. I'm not a huge hip-hop fan, but they just make some really cool stuff. Just really gritty, really real, like, sounds cliche, but like from the streets. I know. Yes, middle-aged white man saying, I like it because it's from the streets. Right. Very cool. Let's keep going. The Difference. What's The Difference? It's a band. The Difference is a progressive rock band with influences like Pink Floyd, Yes, Rush, U2. The members of The Difference are Kevin Pointer, Rick Hannity, Mark Sumter, and Clayton May. This song was recorded in our new analog digital hybrid studio, The Doghouse, home of Roxy Dog Music. The song is currently being played on several internet radio stations, including our own Roxy Dog Radio at roxydogmusic.com. Very cool. It's also available on Bandcamp for digital download, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and all the popular streaming services. Thanks, Pete, for sharing the song. Well, thank you for sharing the song with me so that I can share the song. This is called The Light We Find. The Difference, here on Your Music Live.
You fell on broken dreams.
from The Difference. Yeah, huge production, and driving is the word I'm going to say about that one, because it really does just drive along nicely. Thank you to Ingo Black Covers for being here. Yeah, totally get it. We're going into well and truly into overtime. We've probably got another hour to go here, so if you do need to step out, you can always come back. The replay is available for your listening pleasure. Thankfully, the folks who share their music here, copyright claims are fine. That means it can still be played, but there's like revenue sharing if any ads are run. But we don't play any music that will restrict it, that will copyright strike me or restrict the music. So that is a good thing. If I was sitting here playing the Eagles, yeah, the show would be ripped down unceremoniously immediately after I play it. So that's why we don't. If you ever wonder why people don't do these sort of shows with more commercial music, there's your reason. Now, I made a mistake. I accidentally put 2 Ufcebaba songs in the playlist, and ordinarily I'd remove one, but it's the 5th anniversary. I'm just going to play it. The poem Black Rose was actually written by me in June 2010. This poem, organised into 14 sections, incorporates mathematical equations. I hope to explain the equations at the end of the season, providing not only visual enjoyment, but also a delightful listening and reading experience. Best regards. So here you go. A twofer because John's made a mistake. I did realise that when I sent out the email, there were 48 tracks and only 47 email addresses. And I'm like, I've doubled up somewhere. Oh well, someone will get a second. Let's give it a spin here on Your Music Live.
Time in Urfa, in Hafeti, where we were made to forget. So beautiful, remember, where we were deceived. Tight. I'm going with epic. Yeah, absolutely. Very cool stuff there from Ufcebaba. There you go. And you can go listen to all 7 minutes of that over on Here It Comes. I know. And then I turned it down. I know the worst. Nah, I'm the best. I'm here for you. But again, it's the Whitman sampler of shows. You got to do a little work after the show. You got to go and search up these songs and play them yourself. Guess what? We can only do this show thanks to the fine support from the folks over at DistroKid. And did you know that DistroKid gets you onto so many different platforms? Look at all these icons. Look how many places your music goes when you use DistroKid. And not only that,
Yes, there's a thing you can pay for that if the new platform comes up, it'll automatically put you on that new platform. But what about if you don't want to pay extra? You just want to make sure your music is out there to as many places as it possibly can be. Well, let's say my single called Never to Blame that I released all the way back in 2018. Yes, it's 7 years old, if you can believe it. What we could do is we can come in here and add it to more stores. Look at this. Look how many additional stores have been added since I released this song. So you can come through here. Yep, some of them will need you to give it a little bit of something there to tell it that, yes, I definitely created it. Yes, I own all the publishing. Yes. TikTok, yes, I own the publishing. You got to tick the boxes because they got to cover themselves. And then you hit add, and then your music's instantly on a bunch more places, right? How cool is that? So not only does DistroKid allow you to release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums, all for one yearly subscription, you can also go back in and update it. You can set your hyperlink, your hyperfollow pages. You can add lyrics. There is no end to the coolness that you can experience when you join DistroKid. Very cool. And we thank DistroKid for their ongoing support. Let's play this next song. His name is Roy Perez, and he's back, which I'm very happy to see. He says, a pistolero is a Spanish for a gunslinger. I was shooting for a corn vibe with this one. 7-string ESP, Dean bass, and Fender amp with a bunch of pedals. Simple, right? The equipment was almost 20 years old, and it still worked. Who knew? I may be able to record this if enough I may re-record this if enough people think so. Well, I'd re-record it if you think so, to be honest. I wouldn't worry too much about other people. Other people are fine, but you got to do you. Let's give it a spin. Pistolero, Your Music Live. I'm going with crunchy for that one. I really love those crunchy, distorted tones. It takes me all the way back to the 90s of, you plug in your DS1, because we've all got a DS1 that's handy, haven't we? Like, here's mine. You grab your DS1, and you know how, like, sometimes you turn the tone down and then the distortion down, and you get that nice sort of classic sound, but then you grab the distortion and turn it all the way up, and then you just get that, like, kind of, you get that interference kind of tone. That's what's going on there, and I, for one, approve. Good stuff there from his name is Roy Perez. Next up, we're coming over here to Adelaide to listen to this. This is on slaps.com, which is, of course, the platform from our friends at DistroKid. Needs to be said. This is Sheamus O, and Sheamus O says, this song is about people who lie and get away with it. I really love this track. It's groovy, and I just had fun with the vocals, but the driving bass line I'm super proud of. La 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 la, like you. You've Been Lying Too is the name of the track. Why am I not signed in? Sign me back in to slaps.com so that I can throw some love and some comments and some fire on this track from Sheamus O out of right here in little old Adelaide. Let's give it a spin.
You say here tomorrow and gone today. Take a risk, they say. Lead me to your bed. You're lying too. Yeah. La 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 like you. Like you. Take your eyes off me. It's easier to please.
How rad is that? Like a hardcore surf rock vibe, absolutely. Just like super unique. I love it. The Smiths and the Cure, yeah, have adopted, yeah. I've gone with creepy on that one because I just love the creepy tones, those wonderful chords using the minor chords and the driving bass line, you're right, was spot on. Yeah, how about a round of the pause? And yeah, how good were the ha-ha-ha-ha-ha's in there as well? G'day, Dan Ekberg. Have I said g'day to you? If I haven't, I apologise because Dan Ekberg is a very cool dude and a great supporter of the show too. All right, I need a quick cough. Apologies. We're doing okay. We're doing better than I thought we'd do. And by we, I mean me. Because I woke up this morning, I'm just like, ooh. No, it was more like this. And then I'm like, don't worry, cup of tea, lozenge, plenty of water, and just get at it, Johns. And we're doing okay. This is the Scott Brothers Band. Scotty Baby's back. My dear friend and inspiration, Pete, where would I be without you? 2 years ago, you taught me GarageBand. Then you gave me a platform to publish my songs. Then you gave me a show to play them on. And now my songs have been played tens of thousands of times and heard by people all over the world. It all began with you. Thank you, Pete, for everything. P.S. The song is about my survival of 2 decades of chronic illness. And I played the instruments and sang it. Very cool stuff. Well, you're welcome because guess what? That's 100% my intent, is to help folks create, record, and release their best music. Simple as that. And you've done all 3. So congrats. Kudos. Let's give it a spin. This is I'm Alive, Scotty Baby. Great songwriting, great storytelling, good stuff all round. Does anyone else like to do what I do when you're on slaps, you make the fire go to an even number? Is that a little bit of my compulsiveness coming in there? Maybe. Excellent groove. Yeah, nice changes throughout. Good stuff all round from the Scott Brothers Band. We are on the homeward stretch, but it's going to be a slightly longer homeward stretch than usual because, as I mentioned, we opened up the gates and said, everyone. And look, I know there was some that came in the last 24 hours. When I say everyone that had their stuff in by like a day before the show, I just put on the playlist. Sometimes I hold things over and move things around, and I wouldn't normally put 48 songs on a playlist, but I wanted to just get as many songs out there as possible. It's always been my goal. Next up is Sisphus Must Die. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having my song on the previous YML. I left a comment, but YouTube hides my comments lately, so you can't see them unless you hit newest. Anyway, this is a song I wrote a few years back during a hard time of my life. I did a full production recently at my home studio. I'm not so experienced as a producer, so please go easy on me on that respect. Everything was written, recorded, and mixed by me alone. Hope you enjoy. A couple of things, never apologize. Like we have folks of all production levels around here. That's the whole point. In fact, one of the greatest things of the last 5 years is seeing so many of you folks grow and develop your skills over that time of your songwriting, your recording, your playing, and your production. It's been awesome. And the other thing is that, the YouTube comments are a bit weird. The amount of times that people leave comments and they're like, hey, did you get my comment? It doesn't seem to be there. And it'll either tag it or flag it because it thinks it's offensive, or it just removes it, or it just does weird shadow banning things. So guess what? YouTube, it's all an algorithm. It's all run by robots, and sometimes the robots make mistakes. So don't take it personally. It happens to the best of us, by which I mean I've been banned from commenting for like 3 days by YouTube because apparently I said something that someone reported and said was bad. It may or may not have been just after a certain election result, and it may or may not have been something that said things were not quite right. Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? This is I keep saying syphilis. No, this is Sisyphus Must Die and Devoid of Dreams here on Your Music Live 5th anniversary.
Is there room inside for love? Tell me what you're dreaming of, I wonder. Are you hungry? Are you sad? Tell me what makes you mad, I wonder. Tell me what is the price for a lion? Tell me what is the price for dying? Did you ask the fallen rain to cleanse your life and ease your pain, I wonder? Sitting there beside the lake, found yourself wide awake by the water. Did you fade into the dark just to find the big question mark? There's no life beyond this line. What you look for won't be what you find. I have lost and I have found. I've been high and trampled down for my wanton.
Yeah, right. Sorry, the disembodied voice over here. How cool is that? Like, if that's you at, I'm not super confident with my production, wait till you get good. Jeebus, that was really cool. That was, I don't know, it had this sort of eerie quality. I'm going to say eerie. Had an eerie quality to it, for sure. Yeah, built up beautifully. Oh, by the way, Scotty, yours was motivational. That's what I've given you there. But yeah, really, really cool. Very well done. And welcome back, Clayton von Kluj. I had to go for a while. What did I miss? You, mate. You missed you. And we were having a wee chuckle. Not at your expense. We were laughing with you because I was sharing the fact that Clayton's here. He's a wonderful cheerleader. He's a supporter. Whenever other people's music's being played, as soon as he's got a song on the show, where's Clayton? Anyone seen Clayton? Is Clayton around? Very good stuff, though. Thank you for sharing that one. Sisphus Must Die. I have to say that very carefully when I say it. Yes, Clayton von Kluj is here. You did, but it's you know what? It's a great story now. It's a good thing for us to be able to share as a community. It's one of those things. It's like the Zeds being thrown when Michael Zland Band plays a song. It's the Where's Clayton whenever we play a Clayton song. It's kind of fun. And yeah, look, it's the Australian way too. A bit of banter, bit of light teasing, but in a loving way. We love you, and that's why we're ribbing you. In fact, the way you know that someone doesn't like you in Australia is if they never take the piss or hang shit on you. It's so weird. So many of the words for like making fun of people are like, oh, you taking the piss? Nah, I'm just hanging shit on you, mate. You come to Australia, you're like, wow, there's lots of feces and urine related things going on here. Not cool. Bryce Arnard Guran, please save me from myself. What separates man from machine? The spontaneous desire to move. So beware of overly sensible boxes. Open the windows wide and rush to the stage of your choice. You like to move it, move it, move it. Absolutely. Let's give this one a spin. This is Bryce Arnard Guran. YML. Number 5.
And tomorrow we'll dance in Borough. Get ready for the show. Don't bump the radio.
Can never accuse Bryce of like, oh, the 3-chord 1-4-5. Nah, I don't even know what that progression is. I just know that it's out there and it's rad. Mesmerizing, that one. I just love it. Yeah, thoughtfully crafted and intricate music. Absolutely. Always unique. And the Parisian flair as well. Absolutely. Very cool stuff indeed. I like it. Instant smile, exactly. A real trip. Yeah, I dug up the original Studio Live Today hat. Someone was saying, cool hat. Yeah, this is the kind of the hat that I wore, the OG Studio Live Today hat, when I'm like, I'm going from corporate world Pete to studio Pete. I need a cool hat. And this is a hat that has some history. I bought it in Las Vegas in 2008 when I was over there with my wife for a holiday, and I bought it. I remember the night vividly. We were, during the day, we went shopping at the outlet mall, and I found this hat, and I'm like, that's cool. And that night we went to the Hooters Casino. So yeah, it was a day of classy contrasts for sure. Yeah, it's a cool hat. Yeah, I dig it. I dug it. It's true. And it's lasted for the longest time. And I don't want to lose it because I can't find anyone quite like it anywhere. It's like nice cloth fabric. It keeps its shape and it makes my head look a little bit less buffy. And sometimes I wear it like this with my ears poking out and it really annoys people on the live streams. I'm looking at you, Mike and Dawn. Probably Dawn. All right. Yes, the definitive Studio Live Today hat. I could have, I've probably crossed paths with many of you. I've been to the States 6 times, and yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, we got the merch. New merch is up. The new merch store is available. If you just go to studiolivetoday.com/merch, it is still very basic because I wanted to start slowly and build it up. So at the moment, guess what? You can get a shirt or you can get a mug in black or black. I'm like Henry Ford, the Henry Ford of merch. You can have any color car you like as long as it's black. I'm the same with my merch. You can have any color t-shirt or mug you like as long as it's black. So head on over to the merch store and check it all out. Let's play this one. This is Elazada Nevada, and I think for the first time we actually get to see some video of Elazada Nevada singing here. We've seen the still images before, but this is pretty cool. This is a song I wrote about having a dream, stating nightmares cannot kill a dream, and also in honor of Martin Luther King, who said, "I have a dream." And wasn't that a nice time when we had leaders and inspirational people that had dreams about things getting better instead of trying to make things worse? We might have a song about that in a few songs' time, mightn't we, Mark? Let's give this one a spin for now, though. This is me singing Dream from Elazada Nevada.
Tonight is real, tomorrow it will be just another dream, but tonight is yours to lose, and you have no words to speak, and you cannot even move, but unknown to you, the God that is it, and the angels danced around your room, all for you. Tomorrow you will see your dream. You thought it was gone, and you cut out the truth, thinking you all alone. But unknown to you, the heavens whispered your name was right before the throne. All for you.
Absolutely. As Clayton says here, it takes a lot of guts to get in front and cough. No, and just open your voice to the world. Absolutely. Very cool stuff there from Elazada Nevada. I need a yawn now. Oh, mate. Tell you what, yeah, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, and hopefully I had to do it, right? There was no chance of this being postponed or cancelled, but I can assure you that I'll be spending the rest of the day absolutely chillaxing. Might play some video games, might eat pizza, might have a cup of tea, but yeah, there's not going to be much going on. Hello to you, Miss Stephanie out of Australia. Got quite a few Australians here on the show and hanging out with us today. Always good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Alrighty, next one. I know it has been a long show. I know, I'm like, what better way to be sick and then to have an extra long celebrationary show? Yes, I will get rest, and thank you for the reminder. I'm going to refill my water. And we're going to play this one. This is the Black Rake. Oh, by the way, powerful is my word for that one. The Black Rake say, this snippet for a film or television came together quickly, written, tracked and mixed in one go. Recorded and mixed straight off the iPhone using good old GarageBand with stock plugins. Mastered in the box with Pro Tools using, and I quote, cool shit. There you go. Nothing like using a little cool shit to master your song. All right, this is The Black Rake and Crossing the Yellow Line. Super groovy stuff there from The Black Rake. Yeah, cool snare there, very cool jam, and good to hear. Again, as Thomas said, new stuff from Scapular Winging Records, who also are a wonderful supporter of this channel and have donated regularly. I think almost monthly for a couple of years now, I get a contribution from Scapular Winging Records, and it's much appreciated. So I'm giving that groovy. I'm going to say that was super groovy, and chill would be another word I would say about that. It started playing a 21 Pilots song after that, which is fitting, but we can't play 21 Pilots as much as I'd love to. I'd love for them to be on the show, but it would end the show immediately if I did that. Hey, let's jump into some Australian creators, shall we? Miss Stephanie's here, and I know that this wonderful creator, Ashley HM, aka Alicia Poor, is here. Hey there, Pete. This is my new flagship Wolfenstein The New Order game music video. I have an affinity for those old Wolfenstein games, and it's my favourite game series. I hope you enjoy my latest installment from the series. It is so much fun making it. Ta, Alicia also. Happy 5 years of YML. Well, thank you, my friend. It's a pleasure to have you around the channel, and yeah, reminding me of Wolfenstein. I only really played the first one, the Wolfenstein 3D, and maybe there was like some follow-up ones, the commercial release of it, but yeah, it's cool to see that it's still ticking along and you're keeping it alive. Oh, we got Matt here as well. That's right. We got Ashley, we got Matt, we got Miss Stephanie. Jade's probably lurking in the shadows somewhere. We've got plenty of Australians around here. Let's give it a spin.
Kick your ass! Die in hell! You are dead to me! Keep firing! I need suppressive fire! Taking damage! Power up! Let's go! Reload! Taking fire! I'm here to kick your ass, you Nazi punks! Kick your ass!
Reload! You are dead to me. Keep firing. I need some mercy fire. Taking fire. Come get some.
Oh, Ashley, bringing the Wolfenstein. I know, how can a nice person like Ashley melt your face like that? Very cool stuff indeed. And yeah, look, the violent video game thing, I can't do them anymore. I can't get into it because, I don't know, there's something about once you have kids that I just can't do the shooters stuff anymore. But when I do the more unrealistic ones like that. I'd rather play things where, you know, Doom, where you're shooting demons and stuff, than like shooting, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty or stuff like that. So me, I just play ice hockey. I play my NHL game. Oh, I'm probably going to crush a bunch of NHL this afternoon. Just kicking back. Thank you, Ashley, for sharing that one. Let's stay in Australia, shall we? We'll move up the coast, up to Queensland, to Stephen Hewitt, who's probably done 47,000 videos by now, something like that. He says, trombone, muted trumpet, guitar, bass, and keys played by me. Probably done in Logic Pro about 15 years ago. Very cool. 15 years ago. He's been at it for a long, long time. Let's you and me take a listen. Super cool stuff. There's something about someone that's playing real instruments. I know, a lot of us, we can't afford, we can't play, we can't mix, we can't record real instruments. But when you hear what Stephen puts together, it's just awesome, isn't it? Very good stuff from old mate Steve up there in Queensland. Yeah, very cool stuff indeed. Hey, Kristen Kruger, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for your support over the time you've been with the community. You've been around this community for probably a year or more now, I would say. It's hard. It really is hard to remember. I need to I should start a database where every show I make some notes on everyone that comes here, and then I realize that's actually really super creepy because it doesn't actually matter that much. But it is good to have all of you here, whether you have been here for all 5 years or whether you are just joining the community and hanging out with us, because it's a fun old time. The word for that one for Stephen, chill. Super chill. Hey, it's Anita and Frank Mastrocola. Thank you. I appreciate the congrats. Yeah, there's only one of me. They threw away, once they made me, they threw away the mold and they said, no more of that guy. No, sorry, self-deprecation will get you nowhere. No, I appreciate it, and I'm blessed and honoured that I get to do this as a job. Dynamite Throw is here as well, bringing the groovy bass licks. It's really cool. Dynamite Throw, like being able to, early on when they were part of the community, they sent some emails back and forth and asked for some tips and advice. And hey, if anything that I said at the time helped you make the cool music and the recordings that you're doing, then awesome. I'm honoured to be able to do that, because I don't think yeah, look, this show isn't the be all and the end all. Like, you folks have to you're the ones that put in all the hard work and get things done. So, alrighty. Speaking of wonderful people, I mentioned earlier that it was Patrick Chandler and this gent, Sal Caruso, that donated and that allowed Georgie and I to have a wonderful date afternoon yesterday as I was there sipping a delicious Imperial Pale Ale, and Georgie was enjoying. She had they had on tap, they had espresso martinis. So Georgie's got the espresso martini and I've got the IPA. And yeah, we're watching this party band play, and I'm like, see, this is why my community are cool, because the donations that they give allow me to let my hair down, so to speak, and enjoy a little bit of time. A little date afternoon was delightful. All right, this one comes to us from Unshackled Spirit / Sal Caruso / Jaded Soul, the man with many names, but it doesn't matter. This was my Songtember piece for 2024. You and Thomas really inspired me to participate in and create this song. Time-stamped to come in here at 2 minutes 50. All right, let's fire this one up here on Your Music Live.
I can make a snap a snatch.
Is that, yeah, call the fire department, absolutely. Guitars on fire. And is that right? Was that your first Songtember that you participated in? It feels like you've been around this community for years, my friend. So, yeah, really, really cool. Absolutely. Yes, Sal rips as well. I just put hot. That's the only adjective I could think of there because it's super, super hot licks there on the guitar. Outstanding stuff. Speaking of folks who can shred on the old yeehaw, we've got some Eric Bell coming up here. Some light, cheery work music. What could this mean, Eric B? Well, let's you and I jump over to the Cloud of Sounds and find out. I'm also intrigued, Eric, by the album art here. Why is that one particular seagull being circled? What did he do? Is that the one that stole your chip? That's what I'm going to go with. This is Eric Bell, Vantage. didn't deliberately put two of the coolest guitar folk right next to each other, but worked out well, didn't it? Very cool stuff there from Eric B. Excellent stuff, and again, intrigued by. I love birds. Not. I don't know. I like walking, so I do a lot of walking. And I went down to the beach last week, and I was walking along, and just watching the seagulls do their thing. And I love walking on the river. The ibis, I reckon they're the coolest birds. We call them bin chickens here in Australia. They're those big ass white ones with the big scooping black beaks that walk around, and they're called bin chickens because they get into our bins and they open them and they get all the rubbish out. And I love ducks too. And I was walking yesterday, and it was quite wet, and there were ducks about, and this duck was going duck, duck, and I'm like, yes, you are, good boy. You can say one word, but it's a useful word because you're telling me what you are. And yes, and I know I've said early on that I'm not a big fan of shredding, and then Eric's like, but that's all I do. No, it's not. And the reason I've said this a bunch of times, the reason I don't like shredding is because it's untalented guitarists that know how to do like one lick that they think is really rad. And what do? They go into music shops and guitar shops, and they sit there and they smell like weed, and they grab the most expensive guitar that they're never planning to buy and could never afford, and they just start shredding. And the whole time they're looking around going, could everyone see how cool I am at shredding? And it puts me off. So when someone can actually wield their axe like Eric, it's a good thing. All right, let's play some Nigel Parker. It's a ballad. I love ballads. That's what he said, not me. I'm reading this verbatim. About that someone special in your life that's helped shape you into the person you are. Recorded, mixed in Logic. Well, let's us have a listen to a little Nigel Parker. Your Music Live.
Oh, darling, this one's for you. You held my hand when the world felt cold. You saw the man in me long before I got old. Through every storm, every dream we chased, you gave me strength, you gave me grace. You stood beside me when I lost my way. You brought me laughter on the darkest day. Every wrinkle, every silver line tells a story where your love met mine. It's all because of you. The life I've lived, the man I grew into. Every smile I wear, every tear I've cried. You've been the reason I've stood with pride. Through every chapter, every view. It's all because of you.
What a super touching tune, right? Oh, it's like, I don't know what those characters are, but it works really well, doesn't it? Yeah. I, for one, am enjoying, I was going to say I'm enjoying growing old. I'm enjoying the wisdom of age. I'm not necessarily enjoying the creaks and cracks and other things. But, it's very cool, very, very touching. I've put touching down as my word. Yes, bravo. Round of applause all round there for Nigel, please. Very cool stuff. How are we going on time here? We're 2:44, and we've got ourselves 5 songs to go. So we'll get close to that 3-hour mark. It's not a 5-6 hour Thomas Christ epic because we still don't play the whole songs. I don't know how you do it, Thomas. How do you remain sane? How do you keep your sanity for all that time? This is Chimps of the Future. Forget about those past chimps. It's time for Chimps of the Future. This song is about the fictional goddess Eris Discordia. The goal was to produce something that sounded like it could have been made this century. After months of careful arrangement, sound design, and production choices, I'm proud to say I've totally failed. So please enjoy this 80s sounding cheesy pop song. Full disclosure, the vocals were done in Ace Studio, and I know it's not as good as a real singer, but it's all I've got. I've got a guitarist, drummer, bass player, I've not got a guitarist, drummer, bass player, or string quartet, but for some reason that's okay. All done on my 6-year-old iPad in GarageBand. Thanks. And you know what? Using sampled voices or using voice synthesizers, maybe I'm a huge giant hypocrite, but I don't really have a problem with that. If you're creating everything else, I did a show last week. Go if you want to hear all my thoughts on this, because someone asked me, hey, what's the difference? Isn't using loops just like using AI? And I was like, not really. I don't think so. I think that using loops is a building block and it's a tool, and you use that and then you create something out of it. And if you have one track that's an AI voice synthesis, look what our mate girlfriend in your luggage does. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. So no, just so you know, I am not against using any. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite. AI tools, cool. AI producing all the music based on music scraped from other people that you create by putting a prompt in, not cool. That's my 2 cents. And as we say, it's not a democracy around here. It's a petocracy. This is Eris D. This is Chimps of the Future. Good is that? And yeah, energy. There you go. That's the word. Energetic, I'll put, because I want to do a doing word. Very cool stuff there. And my sincerest apologies. Something didn't feel right and sound right as I was doing that introduction. I read the first line, which was, this song is about the fictional goddess Eris Discordia. And then I read the entire description for the next track, which is from Alexander Dean Francis. So my apologies to both Chimps of the Future. None of the stuff about Ace Studio and other things was related to them. So my sincerest apologies, and my apologies to Alexander Dean Francis as well, because that is who we're going to play next. And that was their description. Hello, Dynamite Throw. Goodbye, Dynamite Throw. It's been real. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while. Completely understand it. I need me some chimps. Yeah, go. Please go support the Chimps of the Future. Their topic channel has but 10 subscribers, and they release their music with who else but DistroKid. So you know that they're super rad. And again, I feel bad now because I did the wrong introduction. Alexander Dean Francis has the description from before. So their goal was to produce something that sounded like it's this century, and it ended up being an 80s cheesy pop song. So just take that description and inject it into here for me, please. And I like this because I like to be able to see the behind-the-scenes garage bandiness of it. So let's you and I jump over and listen to this track called Rumour.
I heard a rumor, is it true? But that dirty skanky bitch has broken up with you. So please give me a hint, a sign or a clue, 'cause I have many plans for you. I got this rumor, I gotta know, but that dirty skanky hoe has finally let you go. I know it's probably too soon, but if there's a chance you're free now, I got to let you know somehow. I've been hanging around, just waiting to see if you would finally stop and take notice of me. If you could only see what was obviously standing right here in front of you, waiting for the day you'll be here. And now that the day is here, gonna take my chance, make my feelings clear. I'm just hoping that one day you feel it too. So forget all about her and take a chance on someone new. When looking back, I should have told you how I felt. Told you I had fallen for you and not to seek someone else. Felt such a fool, I thought I'd lost you to that girl. Little did I know your bad fortune would break my world. I've been hanging around, just waiting to see if
Yeah, I reckon that works well. I think for that sort of cheesy 80s pop song, I actually think that using the synthesized voice works really well. Kind of reminds me of that Jonathan Colton song from the game Portal. This is a science. Yeah, very cool stuff. What's that called? I'm Still Alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. Kind of reminds me of that vibe. Good stuff indeed. Hello, Leeler. Hope you are doing well. Leels, as you'd be called here. Leels. You got to use the nasal. Leels. G'day, Leels. That's what you'd say if Leela was in Australia, but she's not. She's over there in the United States of America, having some fun, I hope, and chilling out. Because it's your Music Live time of the week. And guess what? Guess what is happening here? Is Tremor Bear around? Did everyone catch Tremor Bear on Jade's show, the interview? That was really cool. It was really cool to hear from Bear, to hear about their past and history and relationship with music and relationship with family and culture. And yeah, it was awesome. But I've got one question for Tremor Bear. And that is, what's the next song, Bear? Auntie Penny! Yes, it's everyone's favourite auntie. Forget your Aunt Flo. It's Auntie Penny, and she is here to give us the third to last song. We call it the anti-penultimate song. Why? Because Pete's a bit of a wanker, and he likes using long words when shorter, simpler words would suffice. And who is our anti-penultimate artist this week? Why, it's Moses J Hawkins, because why not? Moses blew us away with his new track last week, and he's got something new for us again from just 2 days ago. Always fresh stuff from Moses. He says, "Hello, Mr. Pete, sir. I offer up for your consideration a track about the end of a relationship themed around the idea of walking down a beach by a lonely river. It's sad and maybe a little poignant. I'm trying to round out my next album with a few more laid-back pieces. And so far, this is one of my favourites. Hope you and all the folks at YML enjoy it. As always, from Moses. And I'm 90% sure I read the correct description for that track. I would never read the wrong description. Oh, no, of course not. So let's take it. Let's listen. This is Drown. Moses J Hawkins out. And penultimate song.
All of the times that I broke down now, all I wanted was to save myself from you, save myself from all the hate that you keep bringing, save myself from all those desperate songs you're singing. Not stare into this mirror, my face is pale and broken. Don't you remember how we walked out into the ocean just to find ourselves a place to drown? I stare into this mirror, my heart's so weak and broken. Don't you remember how we walked along the shore forever just to find ourselves far too way down? And all of the times when I broke down now, all I wanted was to save myself from you, save myself from all the hate that you keep bringing, save myself from all those desperate songs you're singing. I stare into this mirror, I am all but broken. This life of mine is clearer when the sky's unbroken. I remember as we walked along the beach, I saw a tree reach down to the water's edge, and it reminded me of you. And all the times that you would push your hair back from your face and tell me that you never meant it to. And all of the times that I broke down now, all I wanted was to save myself from you, save myself from all the hate that you've been bringing, and deafen my ears to all those.
How good is that? Grungy is the only word. I love that Moses is like, oh yeah, here's a softer piece that I'll be putting in my new album, and it still like melts your face off. Very cool stuff there from Moses J Hawkins. Yeah, don't need to be nervous, my friend, because that absolutely rocked. Very cool stuff. Now, you know how I said earlier that we were going to play a song that some of you may no, let's be honest. I like to think that we're in a post-politic world here, folks, and I've never said left, right, up, down, black, white, red, blue, green, whatever. I just want everyone to be good people and to get along. And unfortunately, there's certain people at the moment in a lot of countries, but in one in particular, that are just doing everything they can to remove the rights of people, to not obey the rules of law, and is getting on our nerves a little bit. And one person whose nerves it is getting on, who is right to, because this person is trying to do bad things to their country as well as my country and everyone else's, is Mr. Mark Bro. So I say all that to say, if you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, if you say music shouldn't be political, then maybe just tune out for the next 2 or 3 minutes. But for the rest of us, we're going to enjoy this one from Mark Bro. I think the title says it all. Let's do it.
You
rose to the top on a bunch of lies that he told people who just closed their eyes. He even convinced a whole lot of ladies when all he wanted was to grab them by the pussy. Surrounding himself with billionaires' friends who filled their pockets and rubbed their hands. The only time he hired qualified personnel was a well-down lady named Zoe Danielle. Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Indicted, convicted, the certified felon, certainly someone that you cannot count on. Believe the world with terrorist and threat while attacking people on the internet. Deporting anyone without due process, trying to limit the freedom of the press. I really don't believe it's the real USA. Surely more can be done than watching dismay. Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Rise of discrimination, people divided, economy crumbling, racism explode, poverty rises while billionaires smiles. Is that what we want? Is that what we want? Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Trumpty Dumpty building walls, Trumpty Dumpty heading for a fall. All the orange horses and all the orange men cannot put the country back together again. Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty, Trumpty Dumpty.
Oh, Mark. How cool is that? Yeah, and look, and I know, look, did I and ah about playing that on the show? Yeah, and then I realised that it is all 100% factual. And that's what I've always said. Like, I say we don't play songs here that preach hate. Guess what? There becomes a limit where that is actually preaching love. That's preaching inclusion. That's preaching for people to be treated with respect. I think it's actually the opposite of preaching hate. It's just that when someone is that hateful and that wrong and that much of a liar, it's really hard to resist the urge. So, yeah, there you go. I know, some people will say, shouldn't play that, shouldn't do that, shouldn't make songs like that. But as I say, guess what? If you don't write songs with anything to do with sex, politics, or religion, it kind of removes a lot of songs, doesn't it? Rage Against the Machine are out of a job. Most of the folk music of the 60s is gone. A lot of rap and R&B and hip-hop is done. Even the love songs, come on. Afternoon Delight, I'm sorry, that's not appropriate. If you like peanut coladas and getting caught, did I say peanut coladas? If you like peanut coladas and getting caught in the rain, yeah, that's right. Someone had to do it, and I'm glad Mark did. Yeah, System of a Down. Like, there's no music left. Even bands like Coldplay and Radiohead and bands that you don't think, you're like, yeah, no. Sex, politics, religion are in a lot of people's music. Anyway, I know it sounds like I'm just justifying Public Enemy. Yep, they're done. Exactly. If you don't make your own song, make it clever and true. Exactly. That's it. And that's exactly right too for Moses. You don't have to share the same opinions, but respecting each other's right. And that's where we're at the moment. That's why I say we're post-politics, because I've got a heap of friends. And again, I know it sounds like I'm continuing to justify, but I don't judge my friends based on which political party they voted for. Until the last probably decade, I didn't even know, nor did I care. But now we just have this next level of hatred that seems to be out there that it separates people out. And the people I feel bad for are my friends who are conservatives, because they're very nice people. And it was at the point where one party was just like, we just want to be a bit nicer to business. And another one was like, we want to be a bit nicer to the community. But they were both respectful of everyone. And now they're not. So that's where we're at. Anyway, let us close out here, shall we? because I'm going to have a quick drink and then I'm going to say a bunch of words. There's the cut point for when YouTube make me take the show down. No, I think, Thomas, you played it the other day and I don't think you've had your show taken down. So I think we're okay. This is it. This is the end of our 5th anniversary show. It's been absolutely awesome. 3 and a bit hours of fun times. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of the amazing artists. How good was all the music on the show this week? Like, it's almost like I handpicked it and saved it all especially for this show. But turns out that's just what you get around here. That's just what happens here on Your Music Live. It's the music, the quality of the music is always super duper high. And thank you for being here, because there's been a bunch of you that have hung out here for the whole show. I know many folks had to jump in and jump out because, hey, 3 hours is a long time to be in one live stream. So thank you for those who were here for any time. Replay crew. Where's my replay crew at? Yeah, there's plenty of folks who watch and catch up here on the replay as well. So thank you all for being here. And I'm going to say some thank yous to individuals here. So thank you, Ashley HM. Thank you, Countess Velthra. Thank you to Marky Mark Bro. Thank you, Scotty Baby. Thank you, Thomas Christ. Thank you, Jerry Gomes. Thank you, Matt Scott Shorefoot Stumbler. Dan Ekberg. Thank you to you as well. And I'll be throwing, let's throw your comments up here on the stage for the remainder of the show. Thank you, Gordon Lee Weaver, as well. So as we jump out here, as we play, thank you, Leela, the Leelaverse, DJ Big Red, Ufcebaba, Thomas Christ, Tremor Bear. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here and for supporting me throughout the last 5 years. We're going to close out with someone who I reckon you've been around this community for, if not all those 5 years, for a substantial chunk. And that's old mate Jerry Gomes. And I thought, let's go out with one of my favourite styles, one of my favourite genres, which is a little bit of 90s. So Jerry says, congratulations, Pete. I know you're a big fan of 90s music. So here's a little bit from my 90s band, Holly Black. It is called Wake Me Up If You Can. And I love this sort of stuff when folks are digging up the archives and playing it now. So Jerry's been, again, a wonderful person, wonderful contributor and supporter of me and the channel. So we're going to go out with this one from Jerry Gomes. Thanks for being here, folks. A huge thank you. By the way, I nearly forgot. How dare I? I've said their names a bunch of times throughout the show. You know that I love DistroKid. We simply wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here doing this and sharing this without DistroKid. So massive thank you to DistroKid. Save 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan right now. Check it out up there or in the description below. And now, without any further ado, this is Jerry Gomes. Wake Me Up If You Can, the final song on the final show of the first 5 years of YML. Let's do it. Thanks, folks. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Keep creating. Rock on.